according to the letter,
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid...
Wait! We're not the
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation.
Are our clothes really so... what Paimon means?
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds more like it. Well, now that we're here, where's Toma? Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot?
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that dog talking to...
Relax, no need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh. So you didn't see anything
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
Alright, I've had my fun.
Hey! You're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister!
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you, so I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrived. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside her.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all...
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the... Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck... So you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission... But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically anywhere.
This area sure feels gloomy. Are Paimon's eyes playing trick?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into this statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the City of Freedom. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it.
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being... oh, I don't know.
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it...
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look
sound? What sound? I didn't hear any.
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then what?
Aspirations? Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents... So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. All right, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally! So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is...
Is this the Shirazage Himegimi you keep going... behind...
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense. She's a super important...
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. Especially, I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. And Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the... At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds. Given the contact we are required to a commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No, please! Wait! Please... I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world.
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Let's see, where's the person Ayaka...
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
Ah, you must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into... But now, all of a sudden, we will gladly apologize if that's the case. Well,
If you want my opinion, something to do, it's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became... I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the... Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't...
Seems like he's a well-respected Tejima! So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what... True, but that's not what... And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like... in the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving?
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you... But if you can't remember... Oh! Maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If...
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be around here somewhere. Let's take a look.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to
Looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch. Seems like your average diary. Huh? Wait! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my Now that's the kind of info we're looking for! Oh, this is the omamori Tejima... interesting. Looking at the color and the design... But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental... Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima... The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason Tejima came here was to... But he's been here for 30 years! Oh, guess they... Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. But I have no memory of any... Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally real. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I felt for her. No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face... It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hate. I think... maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life... Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find... When I think about it like that... How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing... okay. But still... It makes... Seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. If you lose your... That certainly explains the state Tejima was... At least we were able to help him, weren't we? Well, let's go... According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission. They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in INAZUMA. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold...
The entire clan is counting on that food! How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the air. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
Never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, my own family can barely get by as it is. No, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappoint.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of...
To be perfectly honest, all I know is that I will perform certain things every month. And it's not just that. I have this
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard time. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. Which is why I came here. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any
He seems to... But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say. We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean,
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a... Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and... You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's...
there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal. Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew we should...
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our...
You've got a deal. Now show us what's...
Huh?
What the... There's nothing in here, but I...
Yeah. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Yes. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs.
Shut it. Let's...
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got... Or perhaps... There's something... Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it?
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy any...
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started...
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how... Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchased, and no one ever appreciated what he did.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of... if you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from... Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell him... If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell the...
Sword? What?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a... I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking... Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle...
But we didn't buy...
Information is also a kind of commodity. Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me...
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa... Let's go talk to Kurosawa again, and see if he can... What are you doing here?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should... Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true.
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions.
Strange. Is that... I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a tip? But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. And this sword was once wielded by my... I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. And said to me...
Hey! If you look carefully, there seems to be some more... Can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two words seem taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the very people I was so desperately trying to help. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro... In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like Luke... Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.